since health has been so, important issue, I just do want to know where you are. I was going to ask that without that, where you're at health-wise, since you had some
Yeah.
time off.
Yeah, you'll get a full report tomorrow. Tomorrow night at 7 p.m. is when they have to be due. It's something that the conference is doing for all, at least for our sport this year, along with football and men's basketball. I think the time off gave us a chance to rest and to get some players feeling better. We still have some limitations that we're probably going to have to deal with all year long.
So when you said about, you started the season out, go back and look about how many work practices. My point being is this like probably the healthiest you've been this year since you got the time off starting this game? Would you see an SEC, is this probably the healthiest you've been?
I would say we're in a similar position that we've been in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, obviously, get right to it. They're a little bit like the old Arkansas team, I guess, whatever. You don't face a team
Yeah.
like this, like once a year, possibly. The emphasis on the three-point shots, the offensive rebounds, what have you. How do you combat that?
Listen, I think the biggest thing that they're fun to watch. They sub in, 5 out. You're spot on in terms of your comparison to Arkansas basketball back in the day. I think the one thing that I guess is not being talked about or should be is talked about as much as defensively what they're doing. I mean, they are pressing for 40 minutes. They lead the country in turnovers. They lead the country in offensive rebounding. They lead the country in three-point attempts, three-point makes. And so they've done really well in a lot of categories that make them really tough. I think we've got to make sure that we try to make the right decisions when we have the basketball in our hands. That's going to be extremely important. They're athletic, they're long, they switch positions. We've got to make sure that we don't let them get up on us where we have to throw over their length. Tennessee's always been a big team. We've played big teams, so that's not a new thing. But for us not being mentally fatigued when they just continue to come and come is where we've got to just be really smart. And that comes with reps and some of the things that we want to do and the actions that we put them in. We've got to be where we're supposed to be when we're supposed to be there.
Coming out of non-conference play, kind of what encourages you heading into the SEC?
I think that this team has a hunger to learn. They have a hunger to push through some things, and they want to be really good. They want to get better. Talking to them during the break, even when we were away, like the communication is constant. They showed back up with a spark in their eye, ready to get to work. And so, I don't think any of us, anticipated some of the things that we're dealing with, but that's basketball, that's life. And so what a great way to incorporate a life lesson into what it is we get to go out there and do every day, which is a lot of fun. And so they've come with the right spirit and the right attitude, which is something that I think our entire staff really appreciates.
Do you think as the South, has the race changed? Do you feel the leaders are the same? It's always been, last few years, everybody puts South Carolina #1 and fills it in. So when you did your ballot at the beginning of the year, do you see anything out in the conference to change?
I think this conference is extremely loaded. You add two teams in our conference who split the conference title last year in Texas and Oklahoma. South Carolina is South Carolina. So do we have some teams that have gotten better and are contenders? Absolutely. But until it's hard to not go with South Carolina until somebody proves otherwise. The way that Dawn is able to continue to reload and have them playing at a high level is impressive. And I think that's what's fun about this league is that night in and night out, you're going to get to play with and against the best. And test yourself every single night. So we're excited for conference play. We're excited about the teams, and we understand that every single night is going to be an absolute battle.
Now, what about that is some approaches, you got such a tough schedule at the start, and some people might say like, well, then you can see where you stand up, whatever, but what about the challenge of that? Because you want to have success, and you're playing ranked teams right off the bat.
Well, I think the thing that I would say about that is I don't care who we're playing, it's going to be tough, right? It's what you face in this league. So, yeah, we start off really tough, but put any three teams in our league, our first three opponents, and I would say the same thing. It's going to be really, really tough. Anybody can beat you in this conference on any single night. And so that's the mentality we have to have. We don't prepare for one team differently than we prepare for another because from top to bottom, you can get beat in this league by anybody.
We were talking to Sahara and AC, kind of how this is their last go around in the SEC. How do you think their leadership and experience can help some of the younger players?
They've seen it. They understand it. They understand the grind of it, whether that's being at home, being on the road. And I think it's just something like even their conversations as they are talking to Talia and talking to Erica, who, you know, or even Soleil, like first time at the point, like it's just now when she comes, like they know the players so well. They know the team so well. They can call out some things from some of the opponents that we're going to face that they can just remember from a personnel standpoint. So it's been fun. You know, you especially talk about Sahara, who's been here for 5 years. That's rare now in college basketball to have a player who stays 5 years in one place, and so it's a special thing. And you know, AC came here wanting to make a difference in our program, and she's done that. And so you just hope for both of them, for all of our seniors, but for both of them, that they are able to enjoy this year and go out the right way.
And in connection with Caldwell, you know, new face in the league, any dealing with her?
No, just did not know her before she got, knew of her, did not know her before she got the job.
Just
Yeah.
one? Okay.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.